Hello and welcome back to the finale of Chamber of Secrets, and now, more book scenes.
There
Black
was
canvas.
silence except for the steady drip of ink still oozing from the diary. The basilisk venom had burnt a sizzling hole right through it.
Because that's what
Shaking
Basilisk
all
Venom
over,
does to
Harry pulled
Horcruxes.
himself up. His
Ginny,
head was
who was
spinning as though
underneath
he'd
the
travelled
snake's
miles
open
by
jaws,
gunpowder.
tragically
Ginny
had
drew a
suffered
great,
irreversible
shattering
burn
breath.
damage from
It
the
was
sting
me,
of the venom.
Harry, but I swear I didn't mean to. Riddle made me. He took me over.
Harry told her that it was all right, that Riddle and the basilisk were finished.
No, they aren't.
Come on, Ginny, let's get out of here.
They were flying upwards, and before he'd stopped enjoying the ride, it was over. All three of them were hitting the wet floor of Moaning Myrtle's bathroom.
Why is it wet?
Harry told them
Probably because
He
Moaning
told
Myrtle
them
started
about
crying
hearing the
again.
disembodied voice. How Hermione had finally realized that he was hearing a basilisk in the pipes. How Aragog had told him where the last victim of the basilisk had died. How he had guessed that Moaning Myrtle had been the victim, and that the entrance to
Now,
the basilisk's
Moaning
lair,
Myrtle is known
the
by the
Chamber
staff,
of
isn't she?
Secrets, might be in
I'm
her
sure. I'm
backyard.
sure the staff is familiar with all the ghosts. Yeah.
Professor Dumbledore
Why didn't they ask
explained
her?
that 50 years ago, Lord Voldemort,
Well, it's
as a
because asking
16-year-old
ghosts is
Tom
silly.
Riddle, had enchanted
What do
his
they
diary,
know?
And that diary
They
had
know.
enchanted
Ooh.
Dumbledore would do that.
Later, Harry managed to release Dobby from the slavery of Lucius Malfoy. For it was Lucius Malfoy who had planted Tom Riddle's diary on the hapless Ginny Weasley.
That's
You know,
all.
back in one of the first
And
book scenes.
as for Harry, well, once again, he truly was the boy who lived.
Look
And kill the Basilisk.
at that smile. Oh my God! Look at that smile.
But yes, this was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I very much enjoyed this game. I think that it is actually a really good movie license game. But, oh right, we still
Finally,
have this yet.
let's see who will win.
Yeah.
this year's
Let's finally dispel all of the suspense. Who won the House Cup?
It's Gryffindor.
We're gonna count it up. This is official. This is for the record.
Ravenclaw,
Ravenclaw takes last place.
Fourth.
Hufflepuff,
Third.
Hufflepuff takes third place.
Of course.
Slytherin,
Slytherin takes second place.
Of course.
And Godric
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor's ghost takes first place.
100. Those were your 160 points, right?
Yep.
Gryffindor are in the lead on house points. Gryffindor,
Gryffindor.
Now, I think, as I've said other times in this part, I'm pretty sure that you can actually lose the House Cup in the first Harry Potter game, Sorcerer's Stone. But in Chamber of Secrets, you're gonna win the House Cup. You're guaranteed to do it.
Let us hope. There is a
And here we have the credit scene.
Argonaut game. Okay, I thought it was introducing a new type of game type. It's the ending credits. Way.
Alright, but as I was saying, I enjoy Chamber of Secrets. I think it's actually a really good movie license game. Let me never say that its plot is perfect, and let me also never say that as an adaptation it holds up particularly well, because to be perfectly honest, neither of those things are true. I think it adapts the movie perfectly okay, although, you know, it takes liberties from the book and the movie. But it doesn't really have a lot of the same finesse that I want to believe that the book actually had, even though I've not read A Chamber of Secrets in, 15 years? Probably.
Nah.
So what do you think, Cloud, after having seen through the game?
Honestly, after seeing through the whole game, I think I would have enjoyed this game more than I did the PS2 GameCube ones.
I know for a fact you would have. I've actually played all the way through Chamber of Secrets on the PS2 and GameCube, and although the story is pretty much the same, the open world gameplay that it tries to force on you is not nearly as gripping. And honestly, what this game really does well is blend the open world gameplay style that it wants to have with the storytelling style really damn nicely. It doesn't do it perfectly. For example, not being able to get all of the Witches and Wizards cards until literally the last second of the game is kind of terrible. But That's mostly because of how they decided to gate off Vertimillious and the fact that they used Vertimillious to gate off two of them. Ugh.
Yeah, there were a lot of gates in the PS2, GameCube ones too. I remember specifically one of the gates was you needed a spell that could get rid of vines, I think it was.
I've only actually played the PS2 GameCube version once, and I don't remember any of it. I really don't. I just remember that it had the open world gimmick to it, and that was about it.
I remember getting stuck in a library in a section of the game that was not unlike Assassin's Creed, where you have to do a lot of platforming. You gotta go across the precariously placed pathway on all the platforms, and if you fall, you have to start the whole fucking thing over again. I remember vividly getting stuck on that. I also remember getting sick of the music in that room. So, I mean, that came to mind. What also came to mind is that this game is a lot sillier than the other one, and I think that actually worked to this game's benefit. It made me laugh. A game like this has to make me laugh in order to get some of that payoff I'm looking for.
You have got a much looser sense of humor than I do, honestly. I mean, yes, there is certainly a decent amount of humor in here with, you know, the denoming and the Cupid chase and how useless Gilderoy is and how campy a lot of the voice acting honestly is. But I've been playing 90s and early 2000s games for a majority of my life, so I'm kind of used to and expecting that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what I was not expecting in this game was, I'm twirling my wand now. When God That's... I needed that, Chamber of Secrets. I needed that moment of, this is absolutely adorable.
Are there any major complaints that you had while you were sitting through this with me?
Just they're relatively petty things. I think the biggest among them was that they didn't drop the bomb on Gilderoy. I was really disappointed that, like, that was a major point, that was a major plot twist in the movie. It was that you thought that Gilderoy was just a stuck-up asshole who happened to have done a lot of really impressive things, when in fact, no, he's just a stuck-up asshole.
Yeah, I'll admit that not dropping the particular bomb on that is kind of a missed opportunity. However, as we pointed out, Gilderoy doesn't help, like, at all. There's seriously no reason for his character to be in the story. He's just a figure for Harry and Ron to distrust. Because everyone else is fawning over him.
Yeah, and he's also an exemplar of the Hogwarts Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor curse, where they have failed to keep a Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor consecutively year after year since Dumbledore.
Snape broke that, didn't he?
No, Snape died. Snape died at the end of that year, because he was the Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor in the 7th book, but then Voldemort kills him because he knew too much.
And for Goblet of Fire, it's Moody.
Oh, wait.
Half-Blood...
No, Half-Blood Prince was Slugworth.
Yeah, who was it in Prisoner of Azkaban? Not Azkaban, because Azkaban was Sirius. Not Sirius, sorry, no, but Lupin.
The professors were in this order: Quirrell, Lockhart,
and
Moody.
It's Umbridge. That's right, it's Umbridge.
I'm sorry, not Moody. Lupin, Moody, Umbridge, Slugworth, and then Snape. And then it wasn't because Snape knew too much. It's because Voldemort thought that he had to murder Snape because Snape was the one who killed Dumbledore.
Well, Snape was the one who killed Dumbledore, but he didn't disarm him.
But he didn't. But he killed a defeated man.
Yes.
So yeah, as I had realized in between parts, so Gilderoy's function, and he does serve multiple functions, is he demonstrates that something dumb is going to happen to the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor every single year. Although I can't remember why Slugworth left. I guess he just decided to retire.
Slugworth, I don't think wanted to work under Snape.
Oh wait, no, it's coming back to me. I think it was because he felt used.
Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Albus Dumbledore.
And now we'll spend the rest of the part going through the
Headmaster of
Folio
Hogwarts.
Magi and Collins photo album.
Ignatia Wildsmith, the witch who invented flu powder. Felix
I like the
Summerby,
Folio Magi system, to be
inventor of
perfectly
cheering
honest.
charms.
It
Greta
expands the
Katzler,
lore of the world
author of
without
Charm Your Own
being
Cheese.
so obtrusive, you know?
Rowena Ravenclaw, Hogwarts co-founder.
Except the co-founder
gave
cards.
her
The
name to
co-founder
a
cards
Hogwarts house.
are kind of shit.
Jasunda Sykes, first person to fly across the Atlantic on a broomstick.
Yeah.
Dorcas Wellbeloved, founder of the Society for Distressed Witches. Crispin Kronk, sent to Azkaban for keeping sphinxes in his back garden. Yardley Platt,
I like these.
serial goblin killer.
The fuck?
Edgar Struger, inventor of the sneakoscope. Helga Hufflepuff,
What is a sneakoscope,
Hogwarts
Cloud?
co-founder,
It's a
gave
scope
her
that
name
lets
to
you
a
sneak.
Hogwarts house. Adelbert Waffling,
That is the
famous
extent of my
magical
knowledge.
theoretician. Chauncey Aldridge, first known victim of dragonpox. Cassandra Verblatsky, celebrated seer and author of Unfogging the Future. Daisy Dodderidge, first landlady of the Leaky Cauldron. Bertie Bott, inventor of Bertie Bott's Every Flavour Bean.
Oh
This is
shit.
why his name is on the
Salazar
title.
Slytherin, Hogwarts co-founder, gave his name to a Hogwarts house. Herpo the Foul, first known creator of the Basilisk.
What? You
Hengist
can't wait.
Woodcroft,
The basilisk
founder
was
of the
created by a
basilisks are
wizard?
magical creatures, dude.
Paracelsus, greatest of all medieval alchemists.
That's screwed up, man.
Gaspard Shingleton, celebrated inventor of the self-stirring cauldron.
I'm not sure if I agree that
Montague Knightley,
I'm not sure if I
wizard
agree
chess
that
champion,
wizards
5160,
ought to have the
58.
power to basically
Godric Gryffindor,
conjure life out of
Hogwarts
nothing.
co-founder,
It's fucked
gave his
up.
name to a
Why?
Hogwarts
Draco
house.
does it in this movie and this game.
Harry
Yeah, I guess one thing that you got to do as part of the audience is to cut short your sympathies.
But here is Colin's photo album. You can every single one of the pages that's in here is either has a famous Witches and Wizards card or a trial that you can go to now that you're in post game, because you can't leave the goddamn common room now. You're
Oh,
stuck in the common room forever.
yeah.
There is one thing that I'm not showing off. I am not showing off the Quidditch games because they're very much just you chase down the snitch, and no, that's literally it. You just chase down the snitch.
All right, guys. This has been Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Join us next time for some other game.